Hello and welcome to the Daily Royal. My name is Shelby and I have been a royal watcher for the past 10 years. In this podcast, I talk about the daily events of 7 of the European monarchies. So I talk about Belgium, the UK, Denmark, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, and Sweden. I upload Monday through Friday with occasional bonus episodes here and there. Today we are going to be talking about all of the events from Friday, December 10th, through today, which is Sunday, December 12th of 2021. I will say things were relatively chill, as I expect them to be through the rest of this week and certainly into next. If you did not listen to the special episodes that went up yesterday and Saturday, please check those out. But in the one that went up yesterday on the Nobel Prizes, I did just give a brief housekeeping update, which I will give in a slimmer version here. So this week will be an every other day kind of week. I am doing an episode tomorrow because I think tomorrow is going to be like kind of busy. And then I will record again on Wednesday and Friday, which means there will be new episodes on Thursday and Saturday. And then I will be going on a break for 2 weeks. So I will be taking the week before Christmas and the week after Christmas into New Year off. And I will be returning on January 1st with a special episode of all of the speeches. And then we'll have a couple more special episodes and then back to regularly scheduled activity. So this will be the last week of regular podcasts for 2021. And like I said, they will be going up every other day because really and truly, there are just not a lot of things happening this week. There are some, and I do expect tomorrow to be slightly busy. So that's why I'm doing another episode back to back. But from there on, we'll just go every other day because I expect things to be extremely quiet after like Thursday. But we'll see. And then, and then it'll be time for the new year. So I will pretty much be inactive on every social media platform, during those 2 weeks, but I may make appearances on Instagram every now and then. But mostly I'm taking the 2 weeks just off. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. We are starting today with the British royal family, as the Belgian royal family had no events over the past week. I am expecting maybe a couple of things this coming week, but as of the last time I checked, which was last night, there aren't anything on the calendars for the Belgian royal family, but we'll see. So with that, let's go ahead and move over to the UK. The United Kingdom. In the British royal family, Friday was a wonderful, glorious, slightly busy day, but there was only one event, but then there were some other wonderful things as well. So on Friday, the Prince of Wales visited Wales. He visited Aberystwyth University to open their veterinary education center, which is a 5-year program and is the first veterinary education center in Wales. So that was really cool. Clarence House also mentioned in their social media post about it that this is where Charles did his studying of Welsh when he was there for a semester ahead of his investiture ceremony as the Prince of Wales. So if you've watched The Crown, this is a lot of, I think season 3 is when he's in Wales and learning. I mean, it was an episode, but that is when this was happening. Most of that is a very real story, with obviously some fictional licensure, but a lot of it was based in like the reality of the time that Charles spent there. So that he did that first, and then he also visited a local hardware store that has been open since 1895. So I think that's like 126 years being open in business, which is a really long time. So that's kind of cool. So that was the event for him on Friday. Yeah. But then it was Christmas card day for the British royal family, which is one of my favorite days, like, ever. I love the holidays when the Christmas cards from all the royals are coming out. They are my favorite thing to see. They're also just, like, really cute most of the time. So that's really lovely. So, both the Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge released their Christmas card photos for 2021. The Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall, so Charles and Camilla's, theirs was taken at Royal Ascot in June. It's actually a really lovely photo of Charles helping Camilla put on her mask, which also just, like, sign of the times. It was just a really lovely photo. Like, it was just really lovely. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, the Cambridges, just so perfect. So theirs was a full family photo, of course. So William, Kate, George, Charlotte, and Louis. And it was a photo that they took on a holiday to Jordan that they took earlier in the year. The time was never really released. It is presumed that it was sometime in October during half term. But that is not, like, confirmed. It just goes along with some paparazzi photos of them at London Heathrow, which is the airport. So anyway, the photos are amazing. They are both going to be up on the website, thedailyroyal.com. Please go check them out. Also, will probably end up being some, like, special stickers going up on Shop the Daily Royal, not before the holiday season, but certainly during and after. Definitely not, like, shipped by Christmas, but, you know, if you want to collect them at the beginning of the year, they'll probably be up by then. I just have to make them and print them and do all the things. But that was a really lovely surprise. I did not expect Christmas photos this early. I expect some this week, so I expect Spain's this week. I'm not sure if the one that just came out is from the Dutch Royal. Like, the Dutch Royal family released a photo, which we'll talk about in just a second. But, like, I'm not sure if that was their Christmas card photo or not. Maybe not. Unsure. But they're... and then the Belgian royal family should be releasing theirs as well soonish. So that's very lovely. Can't wait to see all of those come out. But with all of that, we are going to end the British royal family section and move over now to the Dutch royals, as there has been nothing going on in Denmark. In fact, the cancellations just keep coming on events there. You know, we are living in a COVID era once again, where cancellations and potential shutdowns are the new norm again. So anyway, let's go ahead now and move over to the Dutch royal family. The Netherlands. In the Netherlands, there was one new event on Friday. So King Willem Alexander traveled or visited 2 vaccination centers, one in The Hague and one in a, like, neighborhood just outside of The Hague, that are... so the first one is doing, like, new vaccinations, so probably first and second doses, since that's considered, like, full vaccination for the first part. And then the second one was doing boosters, and he was there primarily to learn about the work that they are doing for walk-in appointments and just, like, what kind of procedures and such they have in place. So he was able to meet with nurses, doctors, vaccine administrators, and like the host locations. So some of these are being held in like larger vaccination centers that are not like a medical facility or a pharmacy or something like that. Which really, this is just a segue for me to talk about vaccinations. I am, of course, not a medical doctor and cannot give you medical advice. So while I am not advising you to get vaccinated, I am asking you to, because it is such a super duper important and pretty easy thing to do to help us all return to normal. And it is, I don't know, it's just really important. Like, I have such a hard time because I genuinely don't understand why people are hesitant. I will say I was hesitant to get my booster solely because I couldn't find a convenient time. Like, I just couldn't fit the timing in with my schedule very easily. I will say I got my booster literally today. I'm recording this on Sunday. I got it this morning. And just like I have with my other two experiences, I have the exact same side effects every single time, which is really interesting to me, because, like, I don't know, like, I got a different brand this time. Like, this is so unimportant, but I got Pfizer the first time, and for my first two, and then I got a Moderna booster, because I want to try to mix those together. And somehow my symptoms and side effects are the exact same. So if you weren't here for my first or second dose vaccinations, I get very nauseous. I am one of very few people who get extremely nauseous after them. And I get really tired, and of course my arm hurts, but like not that bad. It gets better kind of as the time goes on. But those are my side effects. I'm pretty open and honest with them. I mentioned in the first one, I will do this 1,000 times over if it means that I can travel and do the things that I want to do, especially in 2022. I really have some travel goals and all of that. So, like, please go get vaccinated. I am actually very surprised I am well enough to record a podcast less than 12 hours later. And usually that's not the case, so I'm okay. I just, I don't feel my best, which is fine. It protects me. I have yet to get COVID, at least to my knowledge, and, even if I do, I'm certainly not scared of it, because I am fully vaxxed and then some now. And so I just think that, it is really important to protect yourself, protect your community, and everybody you love. So anyway, that's my little tangent on vaccinations. I would like to thank King William Alexander for visiting a vaccination center so I could have this lovely segue to talk about it. And yeah, so, and then I mentioned this already, but on Saturday, the Dutch royal family released a new family photo of King William Alexander, Queen Maxima, Amalia, Alexia, and Ariane, to mark the holidays. But again, I'm not sure if this is their Christmas card. Like, it doesn't say, like, Christmas card anywhere. It just says the holidays are approaching and back home together, because Alexia has been away in Wales at school. That first semester has ended at UWC Atlantic, so Alexia came home probably on Friday, I think, Friday or Saturday morning, after term ended. So did Princess Leonor of Spain. She also came home Friday. So anyway, so they released a lovely new family photo. It's really cute. Somehow, even though it looks super casual, they're all somehow color coordinating with like tan, and I kind of love it. Like, I don't know how they managed this, and I don't know if it was intentional, but they all look fantastic. So that was really lovely. So that is what was going on in the Dutch royal household. So now we are going to move over to Norway. Norway. In Norway, so aside from the events surrounding the Nobel Peace Prize ceremony, which is in their own special episode, it was the episode that went up right before this. It's called like bonus episode Royal Families at the Nobel Ceremonies or something like that. There were no other events on Friday for the Norwegian royal family, but there was an event on Saturday and an update from Crown Princess Mette-Marit and her health that I did not see yesterday when I was recording my special episode. So we'll just start there. So Crown Princess Mette-Marit had to pull out of the Nobel events rather last minute. Like literally the time she was scheduled to go to her first thing for the day was about the time they said like, oh, nope, this is not happening. Which is, fine. She does have I literally looked this up 20 minutes ago. It's some sort of fibrosis in her lungs that is really, really bad, not a good thing at all. And so like a cold can be really serious for her. And also we are living in a pandemic world, so like a cold could be COVID. And so she got tested for COVID. That result came back on Saturday. It was negative, which is good. But still, like, concerning, nonetheless, because of her condition. And so that came out on Saturday. So that's just my little update there, because I know I left it really ambiguous, like, oh, no one had given us results, which they hadn't when I was recording, but they had come out, like, right afterwards or something like that. And then on Saturday, Princess Ingrid Alexandra, who is not 18 yet, but, is taking on all these military engagements, which is amazing, visited the Air Force Base in Bodo, to basically fly, like, she was not flying, but she was riding, in the back seat of an F-16 fighter jet. So this is the, like, second military engagement she's taken on in the past little bit. I think her last one was, like, in October or November. I can't really remember. And to my knowledge, she, like, I don't think in 2019 she was doing events on her own. Certainly not in 2020, and not up until October of 2021 or November, whichever that was. But she has been, and they're both military related, which is interesting. So anyway, she got to fly in the backseat of an F-16 fighter jet, making her one of the last people to do so, at least in Norway. I don't know about anywhere else, but in Norway, the F-16 fighter jets are being retired, and switched out to F-35 fighter jets, which I have lived my entire life knowing what an F-16 is. Like, my entire life that I can remember. And I think this might be some September 11th trauma for those of you who are American and were of adolescent age, at least. You can remember 9/11. And the things that you remember from it are bizarre. And, like, I just remember hearing the word F-16 over and over again. For no particular, like, I don't remember the context. I, of course, as an adult now know that they were trying to reach what was going on in time, and did not. But then also protecting the president in the air. But, like, literally my entire life, I have known what an F-16 jet is. And so it's really strange that they're changing. Like, of course they need to, like, I understand that. But, like, it was just a weird thing to read, like, oh, okay, cool, way to go. So that was really interesting. And also just, like, Ingrid Alexandra is kind of rocking this whole, like, future crown princess, future queen thing. Like, way to go, her. So for those who don't know, she is coming up on her 18th birthday. It is her birthday is on January, I think, 20th or 21st. I don't know. Hold on. I will tell you for sure. Because I keep a list because I post things, like special things for them on their birthdays. But anyway, I think it's like the 21st of January that she will be celebrating her 18th birthday. That is, in theory, it is the 21st. In theory, going to be a big event. In reality, we'll see. It's a month away, so we'll see what a month from now looks like. Which is crazy that that's like a month and a week away. Crazy town. So she will be our next princess, future heir to the throne to turn 18. So that's really exciting. And I am just like loving all of these engagements that she's doing. Like, that's awesome. So anyway, that is what was going on in Norway. That was not Nobel Prize related. Again, please check out that special episode that went up yesterday. And with that, I will move on to the Spanish royal family. Spain. In Spain, King Felipe and Queen Letizia attended the 70th anniversary of the Association for Spanish Language Academies, or Academies of the Spanish Language, rather, on Friday. And so this is like, I don't think it's an annual event. Like, I don't think they go every year. I do think they go every 5 or so. Maybe less. I don't know. I don't know how often they go. I know they go. Like, this has happened before. But there wasn't one in 2020. I can assure you of that. But this is basically the congregation of like every single country's language academy, Spanish language academy, coming together to, and I quote, promote the unity, integrity, and development of the Spanish language. So this is a ceremony that like kind of talks about the evolution of the language, and like where the language is going, which is such a bizarre, like, I can't quite wrap my head around what that means. But anyway, it's very cool nonetheless. So they were listening to like a lot of reports from, I think, different countries' Spanish language academies, maybe. The whole thing was very confusing. I attempted to watch it live, but I'm not gonna lie, these old white men talking about the Spanish language was boring. And so I didn't finish it. So it was fine. Yeah, it was just a very bizarre, like, event. They're also presented with these books. So one was like, the comprehensive study of the Spanish language, which, like, no thank you. Even as someone who is desperately trying to learn Spanish, no thank you. That does not sound like a good time. And then some volumes of what I think are like the supposed sequels to Don Quixote, and possibly Don Quixote itself. So I've seen the spines, but that's it. Like, I don't quite know, and I know Don Quixote is not that long, that it would be 4 volumes worth, but I do know there are supposed sequels out there. I just don't know enough about it to know for sure what's going on. So anyway, that was their event on Friday. Again, Leonor returned to Spain on Friday as well, or Saturday, depending. My guess is Friday, though. And then no events on Saturday, and today, Sunday, at least I think the timing works out as such that Queen Letizia arrived in Senegal, so she will be in Senegal tomorrow. We'll talk all about the visit. Like, literally the arrival was no big deal. They just shared it on social media. So we'll talk more about that event tomorrow. I will share my expectation that we will see Leonore tomorrow. There's a meeting of the Foundation of the Princess of Girona. So I expect we'll see her, but I'm not like 100% confident. I'm just like 98% sure that she'll be there. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. She was at the one last year. She's not in school. I don't expect Sophia to be there because she is in school. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or not. I will be very disappointed if I am wrong, but not surprised. So anyway, that is what was going on in Spain. Nothing going on in Sweden except for the Nobel Prize ceremonies, which we have already talked about. So with that, we are going to end this episode. So check out thedailyroyal.com, The Daily Royal on Instagram, like and review this podcast. Check out shopthedailyroyal.com or on Etsy, which right now I will say, like, I'll give you 2 more days and then you can have shipment by Christmas. Beyond that, sorry, not gonna happen, because it does take me like a second to produce the product. But aside from that, that is what was going on in all the royal families. I will be back tomorrow with another episode, so I will talk to you all then. Bye.